It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Good evening, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. My name is Heath, and tonight is Modeling Monday. We are going to work a little bit more on the little love shack that I started last week. We should get the roof on tonight. We'll see if I'm able to finish it up or not. Kind of probably depends on how much I talk about various different things as usual. Got some live streams posted up here on my right side. If you want to be added to the list, please contact me via email or one of the other Sidetrack Sunday folks, and we'll get you added to that list. I've been fighting with a camera for most of today, and of course now it seems to be working fairly well. So I'll show that off in a second, and kind of talk about that before we get into putting this model together. But let's take a second and see who is here. Oh, Rebel and Trains, his is coming on Friday. I know Cameron from Caboose 121 got his, and Roy Eltham got his, so I'm really curious to see how everybody is going to put theirs together and what they're going to do. Let's start at the bottom today. We've got Stephen from Wigwag Workshop. We've got Thomas Splitrock 323. Shades in Scale is in the house. Sean McGee coming to us from Canada. Ron Moen is here. Robert Darby in the house. Rebel and Trains is here. Roy Ron VR. We got Missile Hunter 5. We got Marty from M&M Short Lines Railroad. Cal Stevens in the house. John 2618. We've got Fultz Bailey Model Railroad, also known as John Fultz. Just kidding, Rick. We know you stand around and point. We've got Robert from Flying Crow, Dwight at Northern Stars in the house. Damian Lawfer, I saw you said you've got a storm in the area. I've got one right outside this window also. Gary Creepy013 is here. Tim from CP368 Productions. Cameron from Caboose 121. Link is in the description. Don't click on it now. Click on it after you see the disaster I do with my version. We got RD0, Awesome American Model Railroading, and Step is in the house. Adam Cruz joining us as well. I see Norman Rose sneaking in. Kyle Stevens is coming in as well. Let's see who else we can catch. I see names like popping in and coming out, but I can't tell if anybody is new. I think I mentioned both Dwights, but not 100% sure. I apologize if I missed anybody, but thank you so much for being here. I did do a poll. I said, did it rain in the last 24 hours? I thought that would be sort of a little bit of an appropriate poll for the day. So in the back, you can kind of see I switched it up a little bit. I've got basically a bunch of GG1s, HO scale GG1. We've got the, what is that polling? Some congressional cars. There is a N scale GG1, and that is the 10 car Kato Broadway Limited. And then there is a Blackjack 4935 GG1 pulling, what is that? The Atlantic Coastline set from Merkland. So just mix things up a little bit. Love seeing the GG1s. And yes, for those of you that wanted to see it, the Z scale is now set up, running on its own, going back and forth. The sensors are working. Everything's going nice and smoothly, and it's working as expected. So yeah, I love, I'm a big fan of passenger cars. So it's, I wish I had the space for a layout, but man, just watching them just kind of go back and forth is still really fun for me. So the camera thing that I was working on today is Jason the Train Freak has been trying to get his GoPro 8 working as a webcam. And he's been having a lot of problems doing it, and I was kind of wondering if it was possible. And I kept having all kinds of problems where it would work, and then all of a sudden it would just freeze up, and I didn't know like if I was doing something wrong, what was happening. Eventually, I hooked it up to my other computer, and I'm feeding it into this computer over NDI. But what I ended up doing is I just needed to update the software on the GoPro. So I spent like 2 hours trying to figure this out, and it ended up just being a software update. So I've now kind of got this sort of multi-level camera thing going on. I've got what I call my top shelf look now, which shows a pretty good view of the G scale and O scale trains up above. I've got a low shelf camera now, which is what you saw with all the GG1s. And now I've got this over desk camera that kind of fills in the middle. So it used to be that the top shelf camera was tilted down more so that it sort of showed more of the room. But now I kind of got the two cameras going on, where I've got the over desk here. And then this is the jib cam as well, which we'll lower in as we start working on stuff. So, just gives a couple more different views. So I thought it might be interesting for people. Maybe not. Yeah, I forgot the top shelf. Yep, that's my that's the big stuff up there. Got a little issue going on with the G scale right now, but I think it's just a little bit of dirty track. So as soon as I can get that cleaned up, we'll get that running again. The let's see, this guy is a little too far forward. You can't see him. There we go. He was hiding behind me, but now he's come out of the woodworks. Okay, Roy Eltham's here. Roy is building this kit as well, but I guess it's probably time to dive in. At the end of the night, I sort of pulled everything together and I put it in this, what are these called again? Boy, I'm completely blanking. It's a little French dish, but I can't remember what it's called. So Robert says I'm missing N scale. So let's go to the top shelf. Oh, you can't see it. So just next to these, right up here, is the Ringling Brothers S scale set. So it's up there. I don't have it running. but I do have, there we go. John from Fultz Bailey Model Railroad comes out with the name Ramekins. I don't think that's quite how it's spelled, but I think that's definitely definitely the word. Yeah, I'm loving seeing these GG1s go back and forth. I may do some more GG1 stuff for a couple weeks. See how much stuff I could get through. Yeah, I'm using the shelving system from the Container Store. It's called the Alpha setup, and it's basically just got a t-trak and everything hangs off of that. The reality is the train cars aren't that heavy, so I'm not too worried about it. I've got a different variety. I mean, there's the 3 GG1s down here, and then there's the 1 GG1 up there, and then I've got those 2 little the weird little LGB trains. Maybe one day I'll have a G scale GG1, but not right now. All right, so we're doing the West End Shack, and so just to be clear, so that right there, that 1776 GG1, it was never, it's my understanding at least, it was never a real paint scheme. I know, Edward, I know. I need some catenaries up there for all those GG1s, but you know, we're faking it for now. We're faking it for now. But that 1776 is not the bicentennial paint scheme. The bicentennial paint scheme is actually this guy here, the 4800. That's my understanding. Is that this guy is whatever. Dakman, I know somebody that's selling an Amtrak GG1 and 5 G scale cars for $1,500. If I had $1,500, but yeah, we got shingles. Shingles will be coming. Maybe not now, but yeah. So that that's not, my understanding is a real bicentennial GG1, but I still like the look of it. So we'll see. This guy or that guy might be able to figure it out eventually, but we'll see how it goes. Yep, it is the invisible third rail. Thank you, Robert. Yes, please hit the like button. That would be awesome. Okay, so where are we going? We're going here. So we're gonna pull stuff out again. Here's the little piece of metal. Here's going to be our roof pieces. I now know what these little pieces are here, which I'm not looking forward to. There is this little white piece here that I'm not sure what it's for yet. I will be following the directions, because without the directions, I have no idea what I'm doing. And we got some other little parts here as well. I didn't put the acetate in last time. I just don't. I put it in this window. I guess I really just only have these other 2 windows to put it in. I might as well. Since you're all watching and you're all going to know if I don't do it, I guess I have to do it. Yes, there's a long extension cord on the back of the on the back of the train. All right, let's get this out. Let's put this on here. I just realized I didn't pull the glue out. If I remembered where my canopy glue was, that would probably be the better solution for this, but you know. And we're just gonna cut out some acetate. So the 4800 also the first prototype motor. It's known as Old Rivets, I believe it was called. And yeah, that's the one that got painted in that cool red and blue bicentennial paint scheme. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Nathan, one day I'll definitely make a video of all the GG1s. Yeah, Dak. So I learned that they make this shack in Z scale. So I've been debating whether to buy it in Z scale and see if I could actually put it together or not. But for now, let's just try and cut out some acetate and not lose it. I think I'm already like losing pieces. It's very hard. It's very hard to see some of this stuff. Okay. It's the ant love shack, yeah. I didn't specify what animals it was, what kind of love shack. So what I've been doing that I don't have out right now is the wax paper. So I'm going to use this stick I got, see if I can't knock the wax paper down because I can't reach it. Oh, I can't. I gotta find a better place to put the wax paper. Or I just gotta remember to pull it out before the show. But here's, if people don't know, I use the wax paper to help the glue not stick to various things. So I'm curious. See, so I think this view is kind of interesting. You can kind of get a sense of, you know, of where the camera is in relationship when I'm using the jib. Do like I do. Can't find your canopy glue. Buy more. You're sure to find it then. I have usually 3 of everything. Yeah, I'm sure it's over there. I didn't pull it out ahead of time, and I'm being lazy and not digging for it now. So we'll just use a little Aleene's, and we'll use a toothpick. Edward, where is the Great Train Extravaganza? I'm not sure I know where that is that you're talking about. So probably should have tried dry fitting this in here first, but you know, I like to live on the edge. Oh, I didn't do that. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the glue is holding it enough in place. We'll do the same thing with this guy, and then we'll move on. We'll move on with this craziness. And moving on, I think is going to be the roof, but I didn't actually read ahead on the directions, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Technically, in the directions, these were supposed to go in before I put that top cross beam in, but you know. Okay, so there we go. We got the acetate in. Everyone can say woohoo. Keith, why am I using such a small piece? So the way this model is set up is that the acetate actually drops into, let's see if I can show it here. The acetate is actually dropping into the window frame. So it doesn't just sit on the back of the cardboard, it actually drops down and in. So the pieces, they were actually scored. They come scored. And Tom, I think Tom's having Dorito withdrawal. let's see, I can't even pick it up. So they come pre-scored. You can almost see that. Let's see. You can almost see they come like with little pre-scores that fit into the window. So that is why I did it like that. So here's the windows: 24, 25, 26A. Okay, so 29. Oh, wait, here. 27, 27A through C, and 28. So 27A through C. See, I think these are the parts that I lost. Because if I go back over here, let's see. 27. Yeah, 27A through C are these guys here. Nope. It helps if I zoom out so that you can actually see what I'm looking at. Sorry about that. So these guys right here are 27A through C. And these are the guys that I only have one left. So I don't know where they went. I don't know why they're missing. I don't really know what I should really do about that, but they're supposed to be, I don't know if you can make it out. Helps if I get rid of this. Heath, look at the chat. I know, it was out of focus. It's in focus now. I looked up. It's out of focus because I have to manually focus to get this close. So these three little pieces here, this little piece here was supposed to go in those three little slots. I guess I can just try cutting more of them, right? And just try cutting out my own and doing it that way. Yeah, I lost them last week, and I don't know where they went. So I don't know. I don't really know what to do about it. But I've got one left. So these are supposed to be the stairs. Somebody was asking how I'm doing this without glasses. I honestly don't know myself. I'm just kind of doing it, you know, just kind of making it happen. It's hard to. It's not hard to see, I guess. I'm not having a hard time seeing it. What I'm having a hard time doing is really sort of getting it where I need to get it. But so if that dries, that's going to be in the perfect spot. And now we'll just we'll attempt to cut some more. Sparky can make another crank call, but I have turned off my ringer. Yes, I am wearing glasses. They are reading glasses, and yep, just gonna cut them out. We'll see how that goes. If people want to, I send out a weekly email, just sort of a summary of what's been going on and what I'm working on. If people want to join the email list, you know, it's a way to stay connected. So let's see. Let's see what I can. I'm wondering. I'm trying to kind of see here. I mean, this will be. Um, yeah, not cutting out quite as well as I hoped it might have. Let's, I'm just trying to line it up. It's hard to read the chat and do this at the same time. Heath, are you going to look for the missing parts? No. I'm basically trying to recreate them. And what I might do is just try and recreate them. Not right now. Let's come back to that because it's going to take me a little while. Yeah, so what I have is I have this, right? So if I take this, so I have these as the template, right? So theoretically, what I could do is lay these over this, like this. And then if I had a pencil, let's see. So if I had a pencil, I could take a pencil and sort of use this as the little thing and just sort of color it in. And then once I get that colored in, so that's sort of the shape that I need right there. I don't know if anybody can see this at all, what I'm doing. Right there. So there's kind of the shapes that I need to cut out. And the hard part is just that they're so small. That it's just hard to cut out. Let's see. I mean, there's a reason they laser cut these and don't have you cut them by hand. Because this is not easy to cut out. Let's see. Well, there's one. It almost looks like a stair. I think that's that's not bad, actually. That is not bad for what we're trying to do here. Heath, would you rather you like steam engines or diesels if you had to pick one? Probably more be a diesel guy. I guess I've just never really been into I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got some steam. I got a bunch of steam stuff, but I think I'm definitely more of a diesel guy than a steam guy. So it's not as pretty as the originals. Looks like it's sticking out a little bit further. But it's working. Let's zoom back out a little bit and let's get back over here and try cutting out the second one. Is that carpet lint? It's funny you ask that. I can't really. I don't know what that was that was coming off of it, but it kind of got stuck in on the glue, and I'm kind of just waiting for the glue to dry to really sort of deal with it. But yeah, it did kind of look like carpet lint of some sort, didn't it? All right, so let's try cutting another one of these. Actually kind of impressed that that first one worked at all. But I think, you know, I think we're figuring things out as we go. I think we're making magic, as they say. Did I rip that one? Uh-oh. Oh. That one, I don't know where that one went. That one kind of disappeared. So we're going to use our template again. We're going to put the template over the piece here. We'll use the pencil again to color it in. Probably be easier if I actually had like spray paint or something handy, but pencil's kind of working. That didn't actually work real great. It's a lot smaller than you realize, so it's hard to kind of yeah, they're the what I'm trying to do is these little steps. Little steps on the front of this house, and they're hard. Yeah, it did it. I don't know where it went. It like literally just completely vanished. So we're gonna swap the blade because why not? We'll see if having a little bit of a sharper. I don't know why, but the camera back there just turned off. Might be unplugged. All right, so there's a new blade. Maybe a new blade will bring new life to it. But you spray paint it, have to wait a day for it to dry. Hopefully not a day, but yeah, I mean, I would kind of have to wait for it to dry a little bit. I'm going by the order here, and 27 is the steps. 28 is that little thing there, and then the roof goes on, Cameron. I saw your video. I saw that the directions in your video were just sitting off to the side most of the time, and that you were barely even looking at the directions at all. So yeah, I was actually going to ask you that if you looked at the directions at all, because it barely looked like you looked at them. Okay, here we go again. So we're going to say that's the front step. I think it was a good move getting out a new X-Acto. Oh, don't rip it. Don't rip it. I think the new X-Acto is going to be the key if I can keep from tearing it. Okay, so there's kind of the next step. When I say the next step, I don't mean like step 1, 2, 3. I mean like literally this is going to be one of my steps for the building, and I want it to go like this. I want it to go like that. We're going to just stick a bunch of glue on it. We're going to stick it in that hole. And we're going to call it done. I'll admit, probably would have been better not to lose the steps, but you know, that's what we got when you had to make them yourself. Yeah, I knew. I know. I don't know why I didn't just do it at the beginning, but yeah. Put some blue painter tape. If I put blue painter tape on the back, I don't know that I'll be able to get the paper off the blue painter tape. Oh, here we go. Oh, Nathan's thinking about scratch building with the old blades. Nathan might have a project idea coming out with some old blades. Yes, I did. Cut all the reading out. I was worried about bending, breaking the step joist, pressing down on the roof, so swap the steps. Gotcha. That makes sense. All right, so let's find 28. Let's look for 28. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right, who can find 28? I do think part of the hardest part. Oh, there we go. 28. So it is on here. There we go. So this is 28 here. And what 28 does is it goes over that hole right there. So we'll cut that out. Cut it out. Yeah, so Cameron, one of the tricks that I'm using to try and keep focus and keep everything in in frame is I've actually got a monitor here off to this side, and I've got a monitor off to this side as well, that both are showing this camera. So theoretically, if I'm screwing up, I'll be able to figure it out sooner than later. So I am just, no, that's not going to go in there. I am going to get a new toothpick. So, so this is going to go on here. Zoom in a little. This is going to go right there. So we'll put a little bit of glue on. And I'll put that down there. And then use the there we go. I don't know what that's called, but it's like a vent hole in the house. So I guess that's, that's where it's going to vent. Now we're going to cut out the roof pieces. And this part should go quickly, and then it looks like after this we get to put together the little oil drum thing that looks like it's going to take a long time. This out. So this is these are gonna go on here like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a little wood glue for this part, and we will just glue the roof on, and then while that's drying, we'll move on and do the part that even Cameron said was a little tricky. Not that tricky, but yes, I put in a new blade. You did miss it. You were sleeping. Okay. Now we're gonna putting on some glue, and I'm hoping this is in the camera frame. Putting on some glue. I am doing a little bit better, not just like putting a ton of glue on things, because I used to just put a lot of glue on things because I was afraid that I needed a lot of glue. Okay, there we go. Now let's do the other side. If you want, I'll zoom in for this other side. Just for fun. I don't know if anybody can hear, but my friend, the sax player, is back outside. I did find out who it was. Some guy playing soprano sax. Roy says I still use too much. Yeah, I'm sure. I read some, or I didn't read. I was watching a woodworking channel, and the guy said that someone from Type Bond told him that you only need like one molecule of glue, you know, like to hold things together. You don't really need as much glue as everybody uses, where it like squeezes out all over the place. But you know. And I just realized I made a mistake. This piece, I believe, goes here. No, maybe not. There's holes in these roof pieces, and I don't know why. I don't know what they're for. I don't know why there are hole pieces, but actually it shows they go here. Let's put them here. I don't know what those holes are for. It's a little unclear, but we'll try it here, because how big is a molecule? That's a good question, Tom. I don't know the answer. I think it depends on the size of the atom. I don't know. Are all atoms the same size? I wonder what you guys... Oh, satellite dish. No satellite dish in the kit. But, yeah. Holes are for weight reduction. I feel confident in my stairs. They're actually holding up, which is pretty crazy that they're holding up. Okay, so roof is on. Next thing we're gonna do is make this this thing. Boy, that looks tough. So basically we just glue all the pieces together, cut at bottom and glue. Note 29 and 30, maybe reversed if desired. Yeah. 31 A through B, 32 A and G, 33, boy. So I know we're talking about all of these guys. So I know I'm supposed to glue all those together. Well, I guess we'll just cut them out and glue them together and we'll figure it out. Cameron's probably in here going, Cameron, I notice you're not like helping me by explaining the directions that are not the easiest to understand. But I know you said this was your favorite part. So in your honor, we're gonna give this the old college try. Let's try cutting it this way. All right, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna try something to try and keep these guys lined up. Yeah, I know the copper piece goes in the holes in the roof. I just don't understand which side they're supposed to be on, but I think it doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to take an old blade, and I'm going to try not to cut myself. Let's see. If I take a blade like this, I actually broke this one. But we'll take this blade. So I'm going to use this blade to help me line those little slots up and maybe try gluing it all together. And if I do this, well, hopefully I won't cut myself. But there's no guarantees. So this is a broken razor blade. It's not as sharp as a regular one, hopefully. But I am just going to put a little glue on this side. That's way too much glue. That was way too much glue. And if I put it on this little slot there, I should be able to take this other one and slide it on the slot next to it, and then squeeze them together, and they should be lined up. There we go. And let's take the next one, put some glue on it, and we'll put this on here, and then we'll squeeze it together. Okay. Cameron, what are you laughing about now? What did I do? Or I should say, what am I doing? Because I'm probably still doing it. I probably haven't stopped doing whatever you're laughing at me about. So if you showed up a little late, I did mention that Cameron has actually built this kit, and the link is down in the description. So after you see my terrible rendition of putting it together, you can go check out a professional, see how a professional did it. But so let's squeeze this all together. I don't really understand what this 33A fold and glue into slot stuff is. That's where I'm a little confused about. All right, so there's that part, and now we have to cut out these two pieces which make up the ends. I need a violin because there's more saxes than violins. No, I don't need anyone to play a violin for me. I really need to go look. I don't know. Am I supposed to pop these holes out? Cut at bottom and glue. Does that hole come out of there? I don't think it does. Yeah, no, I think this just glues on the end. I think that just glues on, and that's just decoration. Alright, we're just going to make a decoration. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Bagpipes? Yeah, no. I'm actually surprised nobody's made a noise complaint about this guy. Because it's all residential around here. And I know there's people that are asleep already. The nice thing about wood glue is you just roll it in your fingers and it comes right off. Oh, make sure the circles are out. Oh, well, it's too late. I already glued the circles in. It doesn't say to take the circles out. There is a slot in the bottom, though. Oh, is 35A and D are these little white things? Well, we'll see. Looks like I may have already screwed it up. So let's find 33A. What is 33A? 33A is this long white guy here. So I really should have paid more attention to Cameron's video because I really don't understand what I'm doing right now. So take that out. No. The circles are yeah. The circles are facing out. Yes. But I didn't take them out. They're just facing out. Correct. I got that part. So fold and glue into slot. Roll and glue, cut bottom and glue. There's a lot of roll and glue and cut and glue, and so this goes in here like that. So it looks like that's going to go in there like that, and I'm supposed to glue it in and then roll it around. So let's stick a little glue in here. Probably want to stick the glue on the paper. That's probably going to be easier. Nah, I lost all of this. Oh, this is the part you didn't show. That's why I didn't see this part. I was wondering, I was like, I didn't completely not pay attention. All right, so this then slides into here. Oh boy, uh-oh. Uh-oh, the piece of paper got soggy when I put the glue on it, and now it's, there we go. Oh wait, we got it. We got it in. Okay, so now I've got it in there. Hey, Nathan, I used to play the trumpet too. That was my instrument as well. Good night, Rick. Comcast has not installed the Wi-Fi. So I don't understand. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. So fold and glue into slot, roll and glue, cut at bottom and glue. There's a lot of roll and glue and cut and glue. How much glue do I have left? All of it. I mean, I got a bottle of glue. So I got more than enough glue. Just put glue on one side of the paper. Oh, geez. don't know why the glue just all came out like that. I think that's too much glue. Just put glue on one side of the paper and roll it around. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, now I see. Cut and glue the bottom. It came pretty close to meeting at the end. I feel like I don't need to cut anything. Just put some more glue on and just sort of I just squish it. So I think the part that's going to be hard is actually going to be the next part, which is putting the feet on. And I'm realizing this isn't 100% square. All the molecules, yeah, they really did try and all escape for a second there. So the next step, now that I crinkled the edge, I don't know, is the edge supposed to stick out? I don't think I've ever seen one of these oil things in person. I kind of want to just cut the edges off, which is what it looks like it is. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but I am going to do it. I can hear Cameron going, "No, don't do that." But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. There we go. Okay. All right, so the legs look like they're the fun part. The legs are these little tiny pieces right here. We'll zoom in again. The legs are, helps if I focus, are these little guys. So we're going to try not to lose them as I cut them out. All right. So there are the legs. And the idea of the legs is that they go on the bottom. Do I need to call Jason for help? Now, if Jason was doing this, Jason would still be on step 1. So I feel like I'm at least doing a little better than Jason was. Wonder where Jason is tonight. Boy, Cameron, I would have loved to see your video of this. Yikes. Really want it closer to the end. Need more glue. Really want it out here. All right. So where am I going to use this? Good question. Give me a second and I will get the module. Let's see. Maybe I can. There we go. Yeah, so this module here, I'm making a whole little like scene on it. And you can see I've already got this little like shed type thing here. And I've got a little outhouse as well on it. So I got all these little pieces, and this is it. It's gonna be a little like scene up here, and then this will be like a little water area. So it'll be this little guy living in a little shack down by the river. So that is the plan for this. So let's go back to the overhead shot. So I got the one leg on. Now we're going to try and get the second leg on. And if I'm lucky, I'll get the second leg somewhat in the same alignment as the first leg. And already I can see I'm not... that wasn't good. There we go. Hi. Yeah, so this is all, Derek, this is all for the same diorama. So there you go. You can't even, it's like you can't even see them. I mean, they are there. Kind of make them out, maybe. So now I need to take and cut these little circles out, it looks like. Because I bet these little circles are... I don't know what those little circles are. Oh, 35A through D. Yep, 35A through D. And then what is 36, 37, and 36? 36, 37, and 36. 36. I don't know what that next part is. 36. Oh, 36A NBW. 36B stem from 36A. I don't know what NBW means. I'm guessing that's one of these little parts here. Is probably NBW. Heath, I heard from a little bird that Rick was introduced as John. Yes. Oh, John, are you John from Fultz Bailey? I was just giving Rick a hard time because you know, it's easy to give Rick a hard time. Rick and hard time kind of go together like Doritos and I don't know. Do Doritos go with anything? Maybe a Pepsi? There we go. 4 small circles. So these circles go here. So we're gonna get a little dab-a-do. Dab-a-do there. Uh-oh. And we'll dab-a-do here. So Roy Eltham, did you get started on your kit yet? Or are you still in the planning phases? NBW, nut bolt washer. But where is the nut bolt washer? There we go. Now we'll turn it over. Do the other side. I don't know what Cameron was complaining about. This isn't the hardest thing. Doritos go with tacos? Doritos and Tom, that's about it. David Z to G, yeah. I could kind of agree with that. Uh-oh. That was way too much glue. That was way too much glue. That was a lot more than I needed. Small plastic castings normally brown or gray. So it is. So here's brown and here's a gray one. I'll have to look and see if I can figure out which. Is that a Craftsman kit sort of nomenclature? NBW? All right. So far, so good. Let's try and get it in a little better focus. There you go. So we got the feet. We got the little white little things on it. Now we come back here. All right, so 36. 36A, 36B, and 37A. So 36A is NBW, 36B is stem from 36A, and then 37A through B are 2 rivets. So I don't know. How do I know which one it is? So it's obviously, I'm guessing it's this. But how do I know which is which? Huh. I don't think it shows it anywhere. 36A stem rivet. And there's 37B, 37A, 37B, and then 38. 38 is the brass wire. So I put the gray plastic part as the 2 end parts and the brown for the middle. The gray as the 2 plastic. Oh. So I am literally just using this very, very, very little, that little tip is all I'm using, is that little tip. Now I got it. And I'm just putting them on as like little, gotcha, okay. All right, it's time. getting out the big guns now. So we'll take this gray guy. No, I can't see it. Okay. Boy, how am I going to not shoot this across the room? Oh, there it goes. Boy, I don't know how. Let's see. So this one is 1.75. This one is 2.75. We're going in. I probably got my head in the camera at this point, but I can't see. I cut it off, but it literally just looks like, I mean, this could be anything. This like literally could just be like, there's like so little lack of nothing there. I kind of feel silly that I'm even about to try and put this on the top. So let's see, where now I'm like, where did it go? I know you probably can't see what I'm doing. I know. I'm trying not to shoot things across the room. Apologize. Here. Why don't you look at this view? You can kind of see how dumb I'm looking. Yeah, I mean it's like, it's literally, I could just take a poppy seed and I could just put a poppy seed on it, because there's like literally no difference between this and a poppy seed. I can't tell what's up, what's down. It could just be anything. I'm really just trying not to mess up the feet. All right, so we'll use one of these in the middle just because that's what Cameron did. You did it without an optivisor. How did you do this without an optivisor? I mean, this is this is just silliness. I'll come back. I'll come and show you what I'm doing in a second after I get this on here. Okay, so here, let's switch to this camera. I don't know if they're in the right order. I don't know if they're like, I mean, I literally just sort of stuck little pieces of plastic on. I don't know that they're, I don't know that, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so 38, 37 and 38, 37B. 37B is a rivet number 2. And then 38 is a piece of brass wire. So what you're doing is you're kind of, you're okay, so can you see? That was one of my steps. Okay, so I got that guy. I'm going to take and put a drop of glue here. And then I'm going to take this guy. I say drop of glue. That was like a pound of glue. Ooh, I almost lost that. I really almost lost that. Can you guys see that at all? No, it's out of focus. So I don't. Okay, yes, good idea. Wait on the brass wire. But you can see I did glue this little. Can you see? Am I in focus? Am I not in focus? So there's a little nubbin. There's a little brown nubbin. Looks like a little udder coming out of the bottom. And then I got the 3 little nuggets on the top. And boy, that was an adventure. That's an adventure. Okay, so next step looks like it's shingles. And I gotta tell you, Cameron's shingles looked fantastic. So definitely all right, reverse first course A and glue to sheathing at etched line. Repeat second course B, gluing directly over first. Repeat second of C, aligning with next etched line, offsetting vertical tabs. Continue shingles to ridge. Repeat all surfaces to ridge. Center fold and glue ridge cap. Did that make sense to everybody? Is everyone playing along now? So let's just cut this across here. Let's cut this across here. I'm not sure I quite understand why these shingle pieces are so big, I guess. But so it says to take this. It says to take this and to lay it across like this, upside down. And then the next one you lay down over like that. And you just work your way up the roof. Continue shingling up the ridge. So I guess you do. You just kind of stack them. I've never done this before, so this is going to be interesting. Well, John, I'm glad Rick let you out of the basement for a couple minutes to come hang out. So this I did see what Cameron had kind of done is he did 2 and then he would cut it, and then he did 2 and then he could cut it. So I think I'm probably going to do something similar to that. So if I put this on like that first, and then I cut this guy out here. So I'm guessing this is the ridge piece probably down here, right? So then this piece, yep, just offset so they aren't uniform. Layer them slightly apart. Okay. So you know what's sort of interesting to me about this is if I was left to my own devices, like I don't know that I'd be able to like figure out some of these directions. I mean, maybe I would, but like if I was some modeler that had like no modeler friends, I don't know if I'd be able to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know that I've got any friends, but you know, I don't know that I'd be able to figure some of this stuff out. It's kind of, I mean, it's not complicated, but there does seem to be like tricks to it. Okay, so the next one. If I can get this apart. Am I still on camera? Am I still at all in focus? Okay, so now we're going to take a little bit of glue. I'm just trying to put the glue more towards the top now, because we will overlap them, but we're gonna try and okay, so yeah, Brendan me. Thank you, Norman. So is this how shingles are done on all on all models? It's just kind of this. Oh, let's not get this in the glue. So this roof's going to be thick. This roof will be able to hold up a lot of snow. All right, so this guy is going to go back like that. So this one, add on top here. In real life, they start at the bottom and work up. Yeah, so I am starting on the bottom and working up. I'm definitely doing that. I use 3M double-sided transfer tape instead of glue, but the idea is the same. Oh, interesting. I wouldn't have thought to do, I know I've done a few hundred in my time. It definitely seems like getting the overlap sort of in a natural spot is definitely a good move. The pigs will be safe from the big bad wolf. Yeah, this is gonna be a thick roof. I didn't realize shingles can take a long time to really kind of, you kind of have to zen out a little bit on this and just kind of take your time and just sort of, keep going piece by piece. This definitely isn't something to kind of rush through, because you definitely want to, take your time with it. You didn't watch my video on shingles? Tom, you probably have a video out there on everything that has to do with model railroading. And I haven't watched all your videos yet. I know, I should go back. I know I'm being negligent. I could I could do some research before I just jump right in and attempt to do these on Monday nights. Oh, Jews. Oh, geez. Derek Alexander says individual shingles. Woo! Yeah, I would not want to do, I don't think I would want to have to do individual shingles. That sounds not fun at all. And I guess there are probably Craftsman kits though, where that's the way it's done. It's just individual shingles. Lynn McCurdy, get your head out of the gutter. Is there a special shingle glue? Should I be using a different kind of glue for the shingles? I have to figure out a way to trim up these edges a little bit. I used to do individual shingles out of a cigar wrapper wood on O scale buildings. I could see I could see individual shingles on an O scale building. I don't know that I'd want to do individual shingles on a N scale building. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe it makes sense. I don't know that I would want to do it. Not saying there's not a place for it. So how do I know how high up to go? Do I just kind of keep going up? I mean, I figure as long as I don't use more than half the paper, I should be good, right? So I'm gonna go up a little bit further. Let's keep going, keep going. That glue dried up. I would not do N scale. Yeah, I'm starting to question my sanity as well. Uh, David Z&G, you must have smoked quite a few cigars to get to the roof till you reach the peak. I wonder, is there shingle glue kind of like there's canopy glue? How do I cut this along the peak? I guess that's going to be a little bit of an interesting problem. Like, because I'll have to kind of chop that peak off. I went up 10 pages on one side and 9 on the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm about to put a 10th on. 10's probably going to be it on this side. So I'd say we're pretty much in alignment on that one. Okay, so now I'm going to start on the other side. But now what I'm not 100% sure about is what to do with the peak, but I'm going to let the peak dry a little bit more, and then I'll cut it or fold it down or something. I should be using tar for the roof. Cut before installing them. Cut what before installing what? I should be cutting the shingles to length before I install them. Oh, you're talking about the ones up to the top of the peak? I should have been cutting them. That probably would have been good. Roy Alpha. This is coming out okay. Hey. Read chat, then go to next layer. Are you saying read chat and go to next layer to give the glue time to dry? That would probably be a good idea. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna start on this other side, start working my way up, and then once I get a little closer to the top, I'll figure out how I'm gonna trim it, and you know, we'll make something happen. We'll make something happen. I appreciate the help, everyone. Speaking of help, let me just play. I'll play my little thank you while I'm going on this, so you have a little something to watch. It's about 45 seconds. Basically, it's just thanking the YouTube channel members, the Patreon members, and my sponsors. Yeah, I know the peak piece should go last. What I guess I'm not sure on is the is how to trim the overhang off on the top, on that top row, to then put the top piece on. But I'll figure something out eventually. I'm feeling like I'm starting to rush a little bit because I feel like people are watching me. And I feel like if people are watching me, I've gotta hurry up. I'm starting to do it a little faster. Starting to get a little anxious that I need to keep moving. I already ranted about my GoPro camera. I don't know that I got any more rants tonight. Night, John. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Rick, for letting John out. John, thanks for building Rick's railroad for him. Okay. We're making progress. Or I should say, we're making something. Yeah, Roy, we're all tapping your feet waiting. This is kind of cool. I've never done something like this before, so I really had no idea what to expect. This is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot about Monday Night Football. I tend not to watch football, so I forget that that it's on right now. That looks really cool. I don't. It's really cool. Tom's heading out. Thanks. I know John's heading out, but he escaped. Yeah, everyone is watching me. Score the back of one of the shingle strips and fold it so it lays down on both sides. I did think about that. I was wondering if I could just sort of fold over this top row and kind of glue it down to the other side, but I feel like it's a little too thick. Or at least right now, it's a little too thick. Do you feel like I need to? These are Fisker detail scissors. I'm just using to get in there. They seem to be working, sorta. They're working enough that when I go to put the center piece on, it'll cover it up. So I'm not too worried about that. Yes, sports ball. I agree, Adam. I don't really do the sports thing, so I don't yeah, I don't really do the sports thing. Well, that's cleaning up pretty nice. There we go. Now it's looking like a roof. A roof. This is not a doghouse, but it is looking like a roof. Let's keep going. Well, this has been an interesting learning experience. I gotta tell you, putting together that oil thing was kind of interesting as well. But we definitely got that done. Trying to see this screen over here to see if it's at least somewhat in focus for you guys. This one gives me focus peaking, so I can kind of tell, but it's sometimes hard to tell exactly which part of it is in focus, and which part's not in focus. Adam should be in bed, but he's still wide awake. Yeah, I should probably be thinking about bed as well, but you know, you need to send the manufacturer of this kit a link to this video. So funny you should say that. I actually did reach out on their contact page, and I sent them a link to my stream for tonight, as well as I sent them a link to Cameron's video. I think I sent him a link to Cameron's video. But basically, I mentioned that I was building this tonight, and that that other people were building it as well. And I haven't heard back from them, but I was probably sent it a little too late to send it, on a Monday. But yeah, I tried. I thought it would be mildly amusing if the manufacturer showed up. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, when I bought these little $10 kits, I never thought it'd turn into like a little build along thing that other people were, buying them and, and going to build them as well. Tim says it's way too early to be in bed. Yeah, unfortunately, when I have to wake up early, I have to start thinking about going to bed earlier too. Yeah, I wish I could find a way to like have this autofocus for you guys so that it would stay in focus a little bit more. But I find just when I'm working on this stuff this closely, it just it just has to be manual focused. It just doesn't lend very well to autofocus. It's just too small. I mean, the one option would be to put the camera farther away and then like crop in on it or something, but yeah. The manufacturer's seen the stream and thought it was going to take forever. Yeah, probably. I don't know what I would think if I was a manufacturer and I saw me building this. I don't know what I'd think about it. Like, I don't know if I'd be like, "Oh, this is awesome." Like, how cool, or if I'd be like, "Oh, like I don't want this guy like representing my our kits." Like our kits are supposed to be easy to build, or our kits are supposed to be blah blah blah, and these guys are kind of taking a swing at it. I don't know what I'd think. All right, so I'm gonna go up over the peak a little bit. Yeah, Cameron, I'm curious to see how that turns out. Cameron got a motor house in addition to this house. So he's got some work to do. He's got some work ahead of him. So I cut that off just so I have a little less that I'm working with. I'm gonna go up one more level and then I'll cut a bunch of this off the top. Then we'll put the I can still hear, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's the camera's off. The trains are still running back there, and I still hear the trains running back and forth, the click and the clack of the switching and stuff back there. Glad I got that all put together for tonight. Roy says the kit is not the problem. I know I'm the problem. That's what I'm saying. I got the shack and the shed. Yeah, people. Here's the. That's the shed that we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know why it shut off on its own. I'm not really sure why it shut off, but things happen. All right, so let's go back. Let's cut this off. See if I can't trim this down a little bit on both sides. And we'll try and trim the roof edge a little bit as well. Just so I'm just gonna take a little bit of this off so that I can don't want to. It's kind of folding over as I do it. Try and use the scissors instead. A little too floppy for the X-Acto, but scissors worked well. Just gonna clean it up a little bit with the X-Acto. And Okay. There we go. And then we're going to take 39D, which I'm assuming is this little peaky guy here. And we're going to put the little peaky guy, probably check. Yeah, 39D. We'll take that peaky guy and we'll put it over the center of the peak. 40 A and B. Where the heck are 40 A and B? Boy, they did 40 A and B. I don't even 40 A and B. 40 A and B should be somewhere in here, but they're not there. I don't know what I did with 40 A and B, but those are supposed to be the steps that I've already kind of mangled. So we might be making our own steps. All right, so Rebel says score the underside so that it folds easier. So Rebel, you're asking me to try and cut a straight line? Is that what you're trying to get me to do? There's a little bit of a score down that thing. We'll do a little, we'll try and fold it in half now that we've got a little bit of a score mark. What did Artie say? The interior is next week. Keith is building kits and I'm here at work. Yeah, Randall, somebody's got to keep the trains running. All right, so I'm gonna put some glue in the center of this and just sort of lop it on the top. That's way too much glue, but I'll deal with that in a second. There we go. Now we're just gonna plop this on the top in the center. And we're just gonna let it dry. And because it's 11:18, I think this is gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do tonight is put this little ridge piece on. Because I'm starting to get tired and things are starting to get a little bit harder to see, if you know what I mean. And this ridge piece doesn't seem to really be sticking. There we go. It's getting there now. Of course, I don't think he'd like to build kits for 12 hours straight, which is how long my shit is tonight. Yeah, I don't know that I like that. Hey, Z, welcome to the party. Where's my straight edge ruler? It's somewhere else. I don't got time for real straight edges. We're just making up straight edges as we go. But yeah, I think I've had enough for tonight. Really appreciate everyone being here tonight and checking out. Let's see if the overhead desk camera. Yep, it's still working. You can see it's behind though. Like if I move my hands and then afterwards, like it's funny, kind of. It's behind. But anyway, Z's been trying to buy property. That sounds fun. But yeah, it's I think it's time for me to kind of wrap things up for tonight. Let's put this back on autofocus so that it focuses, but we got a little bit more done on the shack. Got just a couple little more finishing things to do. I probably am going to do the little finishing bits off camera, and then I'll I'll take some pictures and post them up on the community tab. But oh, the poll. Roy's like the poll. I always forget about the poll. All right, so did it rain in the last 24 hours? Was the poll. I just ended it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Z. I know. I know. Yeah, no, I know. And that's why I thought this would be a good little project, is because none of these kits are like supposed to be perfect. They're, they're supposed to look a little cattywampus. This is the good word. But so did it rain in the last 24 hours? We had 68 votes. 85% of the people said yes. Which I think is kind of interesting. So yeah, 85 yes, 14% no. I know it's definitely raining in here tonight, so that is definitely going on. But yeah, thanks all for being here. Really appreciate it, and hope everyone has a fantastic week. If you want to see more, join my email list. The link's in the description. Also, after this, go check out Cameron's build of this little shack to see how he did his. Thanks again, and I will.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.